Okay, all set up, all ready to go. I've got some rye grainberries sterilized. I have some Master's Mix bulk substrate sterilized. So I've got a bag that I will be moving into those. Got some lion's mane in the tent that I can bring out. I've got some bags in the incubation chamber that are ready to go into the tent. And that's pretty much it. So I think I got 6 bags. So half of this will go into a grain-to-grain transfer, and then half of this will go into bulk substrate. So, oh shit, I don't even have my thing on. Not have sound set up. I've been talking to myself, literally. So, all right, reset. I've got blue oyster mushroom rye grain here. I've got 6 bags, 3 of them rye grain, 3 of them bulk substrate. I will be moving these into that. So I'll do some grain to grain transfer and then grain to bulk substrate. I got lion's mane in the tent that I can bring out. I've got bags ready to move from the incubation chamber into the tent. And I think that's the activities of the day. So I'll get the laminar flow hood going here. And I will put some gloves on. I might omit the mask. I feel like I kind of end up taking it off anyways. So I'll just do some general sterilization stuff. So, yeah, no exciting stuff. The lion's mane's looking pretty good. Some of them are growing as they should be. Others are looking a little deformed, but lessons learned in that to that extent. I'll bring out one of the freak shows. How about that? That'll be kind of a... I'll be bringing them out frequently. Oh man, my hands just got clean. Let me wave them dry. All right, this guy will be fine. So this is, everything went wrong with this thing. I don't even know what happened, right? So it wasn't growing out the sides like I wanted, so I ended up cutting off the top. But look at how freaky this looks. So it's like a cross between coral and who the hell knows. So, yeah, that's lion's mane. I'm not going to eat that, but kind of an interesting situation. Here's one that's growing correctly. So this one is going as planned, right? And you get those thick, dense pom-poms forming. And so that's a good initial growth, right? Instead of these recent ones where I cut the top off. And then this will form some icicles. These will be nice, voluptuous, brooding bodies. I'll show you one that's a little further along, but also not ideal. So again, I wasn't getting free air exchange. So I cut the top off entirely. And so now this lion's mane you're seeing some active teeth there. And then lo and behold, it started coming out the side like I wanted. I wasn't making the slits big enough. So these won't be as large as I'm looking for. because the energy is being diversified over such a large space. So, but at least that helped me diagnose the issue. So, boy, when mushrooms get weird, they get weird. So the game plan is to move this into more bags of rye grain berries. I'll pull these out. All right, so I cooked this at 15 psi for 90 minutes. So that'll be a grain to grain transfer. And then I'm also going to do grain to bulk substrate. So I wiped down the table earlier. I use a lot of rubbing alcohol, but it's pretty harsh. I will bring out, let's see, maybe I should do like with like. Well, maybe it's not that big of a deal. We'll mix them up. So I don't want to get my work environment too crowded here. Let's see, make sure the impulse heat sealer's all plugged in. I think I'm good to go. Oh, yeah. So, all right. Sterilize my scissors. Get the party started here. All right, so this is colonized rye grain berries. This is blue oyster mushrooms. I am gonna break it up before I open it. I like to be as gentle as possible, but I kind of always, it ends up being pretty grainy. I always hope that it'll come out as kind of walnut chunks. Maybe if I let it colonize a little bit more, but this is pretty good. So, but you got like a chunk there. That's kind of nice to work with. Okay. So that is the colonized rye grain. There we go. I got my sterilized grains here. Get it in front of the fan. And yeah, I'll commence. Ta-ta-ta. So I may even cut this strategically. I kind of get a little crazy with the dumping here. So I'm going to try to make this go. I've been pretty what would be the liberal with the grains. Essentially, a bag like this could probably fill. I'm starting to think maybe like 10 bags, but I let them have it. But they're colonizing pretty quick. So, but I got to make this stretch a little bit. So this needs to go. You know what? So that's fine. Nope, a little more. I've got 3. I'm being silly, but so I'll try not to breathe in this business. So I got 3 bags of rye grain berries that I want to do a grain to grain transfer on. Let's see, we're going for that crisp seal. Look at that. Lovely. Might even be a little too hot. I almost sear it off. So I'm getting I'm all over the place a little bit. So I'm going to do the grain there, and now I'm going to move to bulk substrate. I could show everybody my lion's mane here in a second. If you're so inclined. So again, I gotta make it stretch a little bit. And boy, I got enough bags going right now. I'm not too antsy to have this, like, if this wants to take its time, I'm down. I also want to label the bags, label and date. It is ridiculous. I end up guessing. Right on, so that's a crisp thing, and speaking of it, I'm going to do it right now. I always say I'm going to, then I never get around to it. I'll show everybody my my lion's mane I got going on right now. So what do we got? So we got blue, and it is the 30th. There, Kyle, good for you. I swear, I say it all the time, and then, you know what? I'm gonna pull this guy out, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm not playing around anymore. No more guessing. I got bags in there. I don't know what's coming out. Here, I'll show you the lion's mane. So we're gonna start with what I wanna see, and then we'll go to the freak show. So this is what I wanna see. I put some nice slits in there, right? And I get like some dense fruiting bodies, right? No teeth yet, okay? But these are gonna be palm-sized lion's mane, right? Perfect slit size, nice thing. It's growing up the bag a little bit, but this is pretty good. This is kind of what I'm going for. That is ideal. So, in second place, this guy wasn't coming out the sides. I didn't make the slits big enough, so I free cut the top of the bag, and now it's fruiting out the top. Now these are not as big as I want them to be, and then lo and behold, one starts coming out the side like I want. In part because I think the energy is being diffused. So, but what this helped me diagnose is that it wasn't the tent environment. It was the fact that I wasn't making the slits big enough, and it was looking for oxygen. All right, I'll show you what I don't know. I don't know what happened here. This, it almost started forming like coral-like shapes. I mean, this is bizarre looking. This is an angry mushroom, okay? I did the top thing like before because it wasn't fruiting out the side, and then this came out. So this is the type of thing that haunts you in your dreams. But we're gonna play that tune out. I got Reishi in here that I'm waiting on. So that's exciting. So Reishi, lion's mane, and blue oyster mushrooms. So we'll continue forth. This is bulk substrate again. This is the master's mix. Here, I'll clean my hands. I've got been a pretty active day. So want to knock this out. This is pretty much what I do. I go to work, and then I come to my garage. So I am a creature of the garage. So again, so what do I got? So after this, I got 3 more bags. More than enough there. I like to make sure, you don't want it wrinkly. It'll affect the seal. Oh, see again, it almost gets a little loose. So I might dial this puppy down a little bit. Maybe like 5 1/4. I'll mix this up momentarily before putting it in the incubation chambers. Once it's, let me pop one of these puppies in. And then once colonized, it'll look something like this, right? Again, no label, no date. So the electric bill's not too bad. Heating, I've got the radiant heater. Oh, there's plenty of black guys growing mushrooms. I'm sure of it. They must be. The one thing I want to do is I want to do mushroom farm tours. So I'm going on a trip, and I regretted it a little bit because I spent some money on plane tickets. But I'm gonna, oh, look at that. Oh, Mac the Militant. I didn't know you were. I'm gonna do mushroom farm tours. So I'm gonna go on this trip. So I emailed this couple that are running a mushroom farm down in Nevada. And I was like, can I come in and like check it out? There you go, literally. Can't stereotype it. Okay, so again, I didn't label this. Huge error. Dating, labeling, all the workflow. Here, let me get the other bags. I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun. It's just a lot of work, you know, and I don't really make any money off of this. So it's kind of, but. I might start trying to do more long form stuff. I've got, there we go. Looking good, looking good. So I got one more, I got a bulk substrate. I want to breathe on that. 2 more rye grain berries. This will keep me in the game. All right. Lovely. Okay. All right. Slide this over there. So yeah, my first batch of lion's mane went hands-on with the moisture levels. So I am dialing it in. I got my humidity controller. It's keeping the tent between 83.5 and 91.5. There's a lot of black mushroom farmers. All right, cool, great. I'm glad that they're. Oh, bye. So that's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. So 8% like dead zone, right? So it kind of oscillates between there. I kind of like to shoot it past the max, so the exhaust fan kicks on, and it allows some free air exchange. I've seen lion's mane only once in the wild. Well, okay, yeah, I'm not much of a forager. I am going to go out. Sitka, Alaska is actually a great place to forage. And you want to watch? That'll be something. So if I disappear for a week, you know I've failed. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not sure what the racial demographics of mushroom farming are, and that might be something I want to look into. Okay, let's move forward. I'm Irish. I got some Scottish in me, Swedish, a little bit of German, splash of German, a little bit of Russian, like barely any. Let's see, I think that's it for me in my nationality. Yeah, mostly Swedish. Okay, so I'm gonna pour this in there. Again, the ratios, I think I'm overdoing it with the colonized raw grains. I don't think I need as much. I think it can go further than what I'm doing here. So this is kind of one of those situations where the bag is not folding the way I want. And so we're going to go in there with the new heat setting. I'm at about 5 1/4. I ordered another impulse heat sealer. I have this feeling like if it broke, I would really be SOL. So, yeah, here, let me do another one. Ta-ta-ta. Now, 4th of July is coming out. I'll probably get on the water a little bit. Things are humming along at the farm. I think I might need one more incubation chamber. I've been doing these 5-pound bags to get you 20 blocks. Okay, see, there you go. That's, yeah. And what I'm doing is, I'm doing nowhere near 20 blocks with a 5-pound bag. So that's, yeah, like look at that. I'm just throwing it in. I'm just trying to keep the flow going too. I'm kind of, I'm just trying to keep it all alive, right? I don't want to run into a glut where all of a sudden I just don't have anything. What I need is one of those big calendars. And maybe I'll find some like software or something where I can figure out a way to organize. All right, there we go. Real quick click. There we go. We're buzzing along here. I built a new humidifier. I'll show you some lion's mane here. So again, we've had victories, we've had losses. We got some weird stuff growing in here now. It wasn't smelling too fresh. I used some hydrogen peroxide to clean the tent out, and that seemed to fix it. So this is, all right, there you go, right on. And so this is what I got for lion's mane right now. So I'm pretty proud of this. This is kind of a dense body formation. I don't have a lot of mycelium crawling up the bag. I've had issues with maybe cutting the slits too small, and then it runs towards the filter patch. So I would say this is probably maybe 4 days away. I've got Reishi in here. Let me take a peek. I'm not seeing any pinning yet. It wants to. That'll be exciting. Whew, getting a little warm in here. Yeah, so my humidifier died. Right? Well, I'll do a shout out here. Old Blue sitting right. Old Blue passed away, so we'll figure out something to do there. Now I got to wash my hands again. So I threw this guy together on the fly. And he's working out pretty good. Built a stand. I built a stand with some plywood for the humidifier. I also I built a plywood stand for the tent. Threw some wheels on it. I could roll it around. I'm thrilled. I think things are looking good. You know, one more incubation chamber, and it might just be some trial and error. Kind of honing my skills. I'm doing a lot of YouTube stuff. And that's, you know, once I have something to say, maybe I'll do more like long form. So I'm just going to kind of dump the rest of this guy. So I'm pretty liberal. I just ordered a scale. I ordered, like I said, I ordered another impulse heat sealer. I got another IP68 fan, just in case this keels out on me. Yep, the humidifier is bumping right now. Kind of just thinking, you know, something something breaks, it's kind of the whole system comes crashing down. La-di-da. No, but it's been a lot of fun, meeting a lot of people, a lot of enthusiasts. I'm not an expert, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So, you know, read some more books, do some stuff like that. Here, I'll show you some bags I got colonizing. So I built this stack of, all right, let's see here. There you go. So this is Reishi mycelium growing on rye grain berries. You got some nice, that's looking pretty good to me. I don't like breaking and shaking Reishi. I'm a little intimidated, but yeah, no, that's looking pretty good. So that's exciting. I did this on what, the 13th? Wow, so that's been a while. That's 17 days. That's 17 days. What's the what? Let it grow? Yeah, what? Yes, it took me 17 days to get this Reishi. So depending, but then there's all sorts of variables too. It's like, well, how much did I put in there, right? I'm not as equal. Here's an experiment I got going on. So I made hybrid cakes. This is just me. And so there's, you can see some Reishi formation. So I tried to do Reishi on brown rice flour cakes, and it was a total disaster. It totally didn't work. It came really crumbly. Didn't really fruit for me. Yeah, it was a total miss. So, but this is alder, vermiculite, and a little bit of master's mix. So we'll see. Yeah, it was sweet, and I threw some liquid cultures in there. So I'm going to see if I can do cakes, and then maybe put them in a shotgun terrarium. I think that'll be I just think it'd be really cool if people could grow Reishi in a very simple sort of way. So here's another bag I didn't label. See, 623. I can look back on my videos and see what I did on 623. You know, a lot of times I'll get it'll colonize up top faster than the bottom. So, oh, all right, yeah, that's a good idea. All right, there you go. Thank you. So, yep. But yeah, sometimes it comes up on the top too much, and you know, I maybe could rotate the bag in the incubation chamber. Otherwise, maybe this thing just needs to go to the fruiting tent and move forward. So it feels pretty dense. 623, so that's been 7 days in here. I think what I've been hearing is after about 10 days, oh lovely, you move on with your life. So I'll show you one of the disasters. So this is not what you want. All right. So it wasn't coming out the sides, so I clear cut the top. It's even looking kind of speckled up there. But then look at this. This is not a happy mushroom. That is an angry mushroom. It almost looks like it's got like coral, like it's drying out and then growing again. So, anywho, this might be, it doesn't look contaminated, but it definitely is all sorts of problems. So this is kind of the ugly duckling. I'm letting it, yeah, I don't know. But such is life. I've been turning the light on in the tent to CO2 starved. Gosh, could be, but I mean, I got the fan going. Whew, I'm burning up. You know, the exhaust fan turns on. See right now, so 83.5, so the humidifier is going to kick on, and it'll go to 90.5. It'll shoot over. The exhaust fan will kick on, and then that's the free air exchange. We'll see how the other ones go. That one was kind of one of a kind, so it could have been just a period of time that was the situation. So yeah, contamination has been pretty decent. I don't think I have, I try to keep a clean space. Garage is pretty organized. It's still in the garage. I would have a outside? No. So, okay. CO2, yeah, all right. Huh, yeah, I wonder, yeah, maybe I hang out here too much. I'm breathing. All right, yeah, that's something to think about. More exhaust, maybe I need more free air in here. All right, well, I'll mull that over. Yeah, I've got a small fan on the bottom that changes. The CO2 exhaust fan is on the top and goes out. I've got the CPU fan from the humidifier running constantly. So, all right, now it's cranking up, 88.2. And the exhaust, yeah. All right, well, we'll see. Yeah, I'm doing a light. I've heard that Reishi wants lights. So I've got a CFL indirectly in there a little bit, but I only turn it on maybe an hour or two a day. I don't know why. That's just what I feel like I'm told to do. So, but yeah, I think workflow, what other major hurdles are there? I guess I'm kind of getting into a sink. I think if I more efficiently use rye grain berries, I won't go through those as much. I'll probably need to buy more Master's Mix substrate, maybe a bigger tent, and yeah, I think bags. I'm always running out of bags. Here, I'll bring out, let me see. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, Yeah, so that's what, yeah, it just kind of colonizes a little off. Well, here, what I'll do too, I gotta mix these puppies up. Oh, this is always kind of an awkward process because it's but it is what it is. There's mushroom farms all over the place, and that was why I was thinking about my little my little tour, I thought, well, gosh, if I ever go on a vacation, I'll just find a mushroom farm in the area and then go visit and maybe make some content and meet some new people. And there we go. Oh, it's been a day. Worked this morning. 4th of July is coming around. I'm checking for moisture. I got a little wet there. I don't know if it's. I want to make sure I don't have any puncture. But I think I'm going to stick with 3 different varieties of mushroom. I'm not going to get greedy. I'd like to put together some sort of like sample box where I can take it to some restaurants, go to the food co-op, see if I can find these guys a home. Like I said, I can't have any more of those, whatever happened to that lion's mane. I mean, I need to have a little bit more consistency. But I'm feeling good about the environment. It's just little things, you know. At one point I was adding too much gypsum. I was just eyeballing the gypsum, but I was like dumping it in there, and then that backfired. Ran out of bags, so there's kind of a supply whereabouts. Am I labeling these? That's how easy it is. Ay. Keep it going. Da 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 da. Yes. Yeah, so I feel like I'm at kind of like an inflection point. I think I've gotten quite a bit of skills down now, and now I'm refining the process, just really honing in on consistent consistency and yeah, go from there. Right on. So I don't even know if these are going to be able to fit in the thing. Like I said, I might need more incubation chambers. I'm still planning on turning a freezer into a refrigerator, and then hopefully I can start making culture slants. I would say that would be a huge upgrade. And you know, the design of this place, you know, it's kind of, I'm constantly moving stuff around. I could probably get some different types of shelving. I'm going to paint the wall. And yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at. So life is good and the farm is bumping. And I might say farewell and good night to everyone. Always appreciate your support and hearing from you guys. So yeah, stay tuned. I think we're right there. So I'll catch you guys later and have a lovely, lovely evening.